Right. I think we're live. Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Krishna Priya. This is a Human Colony Hucolo webinar, and it is Saturday, the 1st of March. Is that right? 2025, which is exciting. Today we have a special event. We're going to be seeing the recording that Angie and Jim did at the Tesla EES. What is it called, Angie?
The
The
EES system, it's energy enhancement system
But where is it?
in Bath, New York is the one that we went to. But there are many right now that are located in the multiple states, multiple states.
Okay, but Angie's at this, they went to this one in Bath and they had gone there a couple times and they've had experiences and channelings and all kinds of stuff. So they took their camera and this time they went and they're going to share with us what they've seen, what they experienced, and also an interview with the person who runs the place and talks about the whole Tesla system. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, so we have some special instructions. The volume is not perfect on this film, so everyone who's watching, please turn up your volume as high as you can because some of the sound is a little muted. If you're lucky, it might be loud on your system, but for some of us, it's not. So please turn it up your system so that you can hear everything. And then after the interview, we're going to pause the film or the video, and Angie and Jim will take some questions, and then we'll go back in. And then over the course of the video, Jim and Angie may pause it to give further explanation of what's going to happen. So should we forego the blessings, or should we do, I'm just cognizant of time. Should we just have, say, Jim do a blessing to start, and then at the end, everyone can do blessings that normally does them?
Yeah,
I
that
think
would be
it might be the best way to do it. Yeah. So, Jim, if you would lead us in a blessing, that would be fantastic. And
Great.
we'll get started. Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time together, for this time of fellowship, for this time of understanding and increasing our knowledge and being together with a greater spiritual understanding as well. For all these things that are happening in our day and age have meaning and resonate with us in one way or another. We thank you and praise you for all that you've done and all that you are. We know that you are here to help us. We know that you are here to guide us. We know that you are here to be part of all that we do. Let us make sure that we are putting you first, that you are making every decision for us in some ways. Of course, we have to make those in our human minds because we have free will, but let us be guided. Let us be pushed into the most positive and wonderful uh, decisions as necessary, because that will make us the happiest. That will bring joy to our life. We thank you and praise you for all that you do and all that you are. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Okay, so Angie, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you share your screen and we'll get started. Do you want to give a little brief introduction, the two of you, as to what we're going to be watching and what this is and all that good stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, these are the people that own the EES system, the Energy Enhancement System in Bath, New York. And they are really wonderful people. They have been so helpful to many. And the EES system has helped many people. And now, as you hear in this documentary, there are people that have been really helped by the system, and people have gone there over and over again to get even more help and to discover all the things that the EES system can do. But they do have some wonderful what is it? Documentary about how it helped.
Testimonials.
Testimonials. There
That's
it
the
is.
word, testimonial.
Yes, they have wonderful testimonials on how things are working for them and how they feel about the whole thing and how it's blessed their lives, really.
The other thing that I want to say about how all this happened was one day, information just appeared on my phone about an EES system. And I went in and I'm like, what is this? I went in, I researched it, and I said, are there any systems? Are there any systems in New York? And it came up that Bath, it was in Bath. And so I reached out to the owner and said, I'd love to set up a time to try this out. And I'm like, Jim, let's go. And so that was how I actually came about finding this system. And it really has been amazing. It really has been amazing. Um, it it is
Yes.
something. It's actually transformed their lives. This system has actually transformed their lives in the way that it's putting them on their path, their mission.
Yes. Well, and Will has been to this system a few times, and Safira has been to this system a few times. So they have their own thought processes about it. But who else? Anyone else?
I try to bring someone new, Mark Zinzo,
Oh,
when he came, whenever we have somebody come, let's go down to this system because it is,
your friend who came too.
yes, my friend Laura Jo came. So we are trying to get people aware of this system and
And
what it
it's
can do.
it is good. It has helped me, as you will see and hear, and it has helped Angie as well, and everyone that goes there.
All right. So let me
Okay,
go,
that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
let me go ahead and can you pin me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Where are you?
I don't know where I am. I'm in Canandaigua, New York.
Yeah. Participants, but it's not, there we are. All right. There you go.
Am I pinned?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Just everyone, if everyone, including me, just stay muted because the sound, we don't need any competitive sound.
All right.
And everyone watching on YouTube, please turn your volume way up.
Oh, this is not the one that I want. Because this isn't a recording. Hold on a second. This one. Starting at the beginning. And myself, we're here at the EES system in Bath, New York. And we're here with Jen and Jeremy Hill, the owners of the EES system called the Recharge Room. Here is the information on their website and also information on contacting them if you have any questions. So welcome, and thank you for letting us be here. We're going to experience an overnight tonight and experience the energies of this beautiful system. I'm going to start with Jeremy. Jeremy, go ahead and tell us a little bit about how this came about.
Sure. We're so glad you guys are here. This is awesome. Always have a fun time with you guys. The EE system is a whole bunch of technologies in one, all aimed at making an environment for our bodies to heal themselves. One of the types of technology is a scalar field. Scalar fields help eliminate EMF, things coming off of our cell phones, the power lines, things like that. Also, when you're in the room with something like frequencies or other people, our bodies tend to resonate with those. So if we're in dangerous EMFs, our bodies start to resonate with that, which is not healthy for us. And so these scalar fields clean that up, and then we start resonating with the scalar field, which is extremely helpful for our bodies. Also, the system has photon therapies, chromotherapy, collision and fusion. That specifically charges our cells. So if you're not feeling like you have energy ever, your cells probably are not charged. And so when you come in a system like this, your cells get charged and you get a boost of energy. Then they work correctly. We also have sound therapy in here. That flips back and forth between 432 hertz and 528 hertz music. That's beneficial. The Schumann's resonance is in here, so if you like grounding outside in bare feet but can't do it in 15-degree weather like tonight, you can come in here and we're grounded in here right now. Also, the system also rotates on the screens based on the Fibonacci sequence. When you cut a seashell in half, you'll see a spiral. That's a mathematical spiral, and the movement of the screens is based on that math. And that's pretty much the system in a nutshell. We can set the system to give your body specific frequencies to help with different parts of your body. So the color frequencies actually match up with our chakra colors. So you get the purples and blues, and then down into the greens and yellow, orange, and red as you go down from the crown to the root chakras. And so we do set those specifically if people are have issues with certain parts of the body. Most of the time it's on pretty much all of them, so anybody in the room can benefit no matter what. But there are times where we do help people out if they need something specific.
Thank you. Can you tell me why and how you came about to even having this system?
So May 22, I heard an interview with an influencer who was talking about this technology and how it had helped so many people over the last couple decades. And so at that point, I was trying to come up with anything to help my dad, who had already been on dialysis at that point for 10 years. So when I found out about this, I was like, oh my goodness, I'd like to look into this, try and bring it here so we could have my dad come in and get help from it. Except 3 weeks later, my dad passed away. So unfortunately, it was not able to help him. But Jeremy and I decided to still bring it to Bath, New York. Actually, the entire upstate New York. We were the first one to get a center in here from Saratoga on over for the entire west part of the state. So so December 22 is when we got installed, and we've been open for over 2 years now, and we've had over 500 people come through all across New York and other states, and it's been an adventure and an amazing growth period, meeting amazing people like Angie, James, and Will, who have come here and helped us grow so much since we've gotten our room. So that was why we did it.
One of the times that Jim, Will, and I had come here, we came for a session here. And while we were all here, our people asked us to create a vortex in the middle of this room, so that as people are coming in and experiencing the room, they're also feeling and experiencing the vortex, which helps in the healing, helps aid in the healing. And multiple people have even mentioned that the different energies that they're feeling in this room. It is quite a prominent, even just sitting here right now, I'm feeling vibration right around this area. And it's a beautiful feeling. Jim, is there anything that you would like to say about what you're experiencing?
Yes, it's definitely third eye area. It's definitely more than psychic area, but it's very much healing along with the consciousness and things of that nature. So everything that is added together with the scalar waves, energies, and all the other energies that are working, it's definitely very healing, but also it's very relaxing. it's very comforting. And it makes you feel very good about yourself and about everybody that's around. So it's really nice.
Thank you. Jeremy, I'd like to ask you about, I know that you have done galactic energy healing and you are a galactic energy healer. How do you incorporate that into the scalar wave system?
Well, I think it helps people relax, number one, like it does help people get into meditation easier, so, when they're on the table and I'm working on them, I feel like they can relax and accept, any healing that happens through, the galactic energy. And we've actually had people where I have to kind of bring them back to the room afterwards, you know, cause, they've gone through a portal or whatever, you know?
Yes.
So, and it helps me too because of, what you've taught me, in order to get help from guides and angels.
Yes.
And, things like that. They're here all the time helping anybody who's here and they help me work on people as well.
Yes, so this system, not only the scalar wave, but also the healing, the galactic energy healing, bringing in all pieces to make
Yep.
this a very, um, healing space.
Yeah, it helps our bodies heal themselves,
Yes.
because I don't heal anybody.
That's right.
I'm a conduit of energy,
That's right.
and then our bodies do the rest, and we're just, trying to provide a space for that to happen for people.
How does the scalar wave energy, how does it, I know that everything is all energy and vibration. So what does these energies from this system, how does it help heal the body? Actually, how does it?
Well, with the EMFs, basically nulled in this room, our bodies can take a breath because we're not getting bombarded by poisons that we can't see. And so our bodies actually switch into a detox mode, and starts getting rid of the toxins that we've accumulated through food or the air or whatever. It can then start to remove those toxins and kind of peel that onion of, you know, inflammation, get rid of inflammation, and then start healing other aspects as well. And then the light, the frequency of the light gives each part of our body the frequency it needs to use to heal.
So as it's going through this system, and I see that each one has is doing something different. What is each one of the screens doing?
Those are concentrating on different chakra sections.
So you specifically set them for each of the chakras? I mean, how is it, do you have it just set at something, or do you actually, as a client comes in and specifies that they have a specific ailment,
Yeah.
then do you actually tweak and tune the scalar waves to that area?
Yeah, to get into the testimonies a little bit, I have set somebody with a kidney stone, I have set to more of the root chakra area. And that helped him. I'll let Jen kind of tell that story. We've also had macular degeneration, people come in, so I set it more to the crown, you know, head chakras, so that it can concentrate on that area. And another story Jen can share
Yes.
about that. So I have it set to generic when just a group, especially if a group of people are in here, because everybody's dealing with something different.
Yes.
But I have changed it specifically for certain people.
What is the range of distance that this unit sends energies out?
The scalar actually goes out 2.2 miles. So
2.2
we're
miles.
actually covering the majority of our closest VA. So this is helping veterans that are in that circle, as well as our neighbors, which we don't mind. We're here for the community, whether they know it or not. We want to help our community and our friends and family. So
What have you noticed having this system? How has it, because it's This unit, the actual, space is separate from the home. What did you notice different about having this now for, is it 2 years?
Over 2 years.
Yes, 2+ years. So what have you noticed on how this system, has helped you personally and your family?
Personally, I have felt more of, spiritual ascension, and awakening to energies and things that I was not aware of. Because I haven't been fighting any like illness that I needed to concentrate on, although, immune system stuff seems to be stronger. But it's more for me, just the left-right brain balance probably, got clarity on things. But also, everything's been opened up to, us with information, with your help and Jim's help and things like that, but it makes sense, it's not a mystery, so it's more of a help with ascension. You wanna talk?
Yes.
One part is, with all the EMS that are out there, this, cell towers, the power lines, knowing that our house is protected with the EMF from the scale protecting us, we can sleep better at night. We still have, grounding sheets in our house, just for the added benefit of that, but just knowing that our house is covered for that aspect is huge. Because we're trying to figure out what to do in our house to protect us. Personally, our room has just the people that come to our room are already on a spiritual journey. And they all come with a story. They all come with what they've learned and what they have, figured out or, like someone brought up the fact about reading the Four Agreements book. I mean, that just changed our world. Reading it to the kids, they're like, this makes so much sense, right? Just, the different books that people recommended, the spiritual awakening, the ascension that's happened, the, given, we all have trauma, whether it's emotional, physical trauma that we've had in our lives. We're human, so that's gonna happen on this plane. So after a year, we realized that some of the things that as a couple, with friends and family or whatever has happened, the angst is gone. It's not there. So it just heals you on so many levels, spiritual, physical, and emotional. And, I'll just say that we still have, issues with some things, but.
Third-dimensional life. Third-dimensional life.
That's right, but it's totally changed, it changed our perspective on what's important in life.
It's also brought in different people that you are actually able to grow spiritually.
Yes.
People that you would have never met before.
No, absolutely.
Angie and Jim.
It
It is a community.
And we've helped other people that felt like they were on islands of nobody thinks like me. They come here and they can talk here. And we love to talk with people, and that's, I think, part of the healing too, is we have great conversations with all the people that come here and we love on them. And it's a great community to be a part of.
Yes. What are some of the testimonies that you have gotten from people?
Yeah, so we've had almost every aspect of the ailments we've seen here. One of the first testimonies that we had was somebody came in when she came, it was wintertime, and she had to have her husband zip up her boots to get here. After she was in here, she used the bathroom quite a bit, and when she got ready to leave, just two hours later, she zipped up her own boots. And she was like amazed at that, just after 2 hours. So inflammation wants to go away, bloating, swelling, our bodies want to work properly. So given the right environment, it starts working properly. And we tell people to drink a lot of water in here because if you do not drink water, you could start detoxing. You could produce a headache or not feel well. So people use the bathroom quite a bit when they're here because they're drinking lots of water, which is good. Old injuries have gone away. So people that come that have had a sports injury 20 years before, they say it starts hurting them, so that's quite a shock to them, and I'm like, the energy's going right there, it's going to work on it. Somebody came with a broken foot, and before the 2 hours was up, he was about ready to leave because it was aching so bad. And I'm like, yes, it's working. So it could be painful.
So through that healing process, the energy knows where to go, and through that
Absolutely.
healing process, it's saying,
Yes,
all right, we need to concentrate our energy there.
yes, yeah.
You may feel something, but that's just healing
Right,
energy.
right, and when we say we can't tell you where it's gonna go where it needs to go. But if you have an injury, it might go there, so, and not to worry about it, not to fret, because it's doing its thing.
All right.
So that's amazing. We've had plantar fasciitis go away within 2 hours. People that have had it
Wow.
for months come here and then they leave like that. At least 3 people have had that go away within 2 hours. People that have more energy, especially if they're taking on treatments right now. We have several lines clients that come and they have the treatments just bog them down. So after coming here, it gives them the energy to be able to keep doing the treatments.
Which treatment is that?
Lyme's clients?
Lyme.
Lyme's, like the,
Lyme's disease.
Lyme's disease.
yes,
Wow.
yeah,
So
Yes.
some of
Yes.
the treatments pretty much strip a lot of stuff out of you, trying to get rid of that. And then, so they come in walking like old people, and
Yeah.
walk out looking like young people. Just because they have that energy to live life.
Wow.
yeah. One client didn't even come here to heal him from our room. He came just to have energy to survive his treatments. So that was incredible.
So any kind of treatment that does that to you, you can come here for the energy to get through that.
Right.
We have cancer people that are going through treatments that come here right after. They'll schedule the next day so that they can get energy to keep going.
Yes, one of our clients, she says, I have to come twice a month or else I can't, or else I don't feel well. So she notices that she comes twice a month, that she's doing all right. So that was incredible. Kidney stones, that was one of the first things that somebody came and it was dealing with kidney stones, and with just 2 hours being in here, the pain went away, and after that he was doing all right, so he comes every other week because of that, and he just does not want them to come back.
Wow.
It was a quarter inch kidney stone. And the doctor said that, you know, you probably passed it. He's like, I would have known. You know, it just,
Yeah.
So that, he's very grateful.
One of our older clients that came, he had macular degeneration, and so we set the system on the head chakra to help his eyes. And I think he went every 5 weeks to get a shot in his eye for
Yes.
the
Yes.
wet.
Yes.
And the next time he went to his appointment, the doctor's like, oh, I guess we can double your time that you come back again because you're improving. I don't think has said that to too many people, improving. So that was incredible, and that happened twice.
Right.
So after that, they weren't able to come back anymore, but the time that they were coming, it was twice that happened. So actually, you mentioned the clarity with the right, left, brain hemispheres. We're not supposed to be left brain or right brain dominant. We're supposed to be balanced. So the room can help balance you, so you're not one or the other, and you can look at life through both hemispheres.
But also, if you're having trouble figuring out a solution of something, that clarity
Yes.
can come while you're in. A lot of people are like, oh man, I have the solution.
Yeah.
Just because they're able to think clearly.
We've had many people come here like, I was dealing with something and I just didn't know what to do with it, and then before they left, they had an answer. So that was huge.
Very good.
We can, this helps with ascension, just raising our vibrations. It helps people get into meditation better, faster, just going in here. If Jim and I could just leave our house for a little bit and come in here and just, like, we don't come out here as often as we should, and we're sitting out here, we're like, oh, we should be out here more often, just because it gives you that breather, just a little break.
So if I were a client and I were coming in, what is an average session?
Well, we recommend a 2 hour to start if you've never experienced the system. That way it's not a long time. Some people don't know what they're gonna do for a long period of time, or they think that they're not gonna fall asleep, so they just don't wanna be sitting here doing nothing. So a 2 hour session If you fall asleep, you can get into a deep sleep, which is beneficial because if you're sleeping, your body is rebuilding itself, because that's a natural thing with sleep. So why not sleep in an environment that's for healing, you know? So then after that, depending on what somebody wants to accomplish, they can choose, you know, is it how often to come? Some people come every week, some every other week, once a month. It's whatever you feel that you need to maintain what you feel when you come in here.
You offer overnights as well?
Yes.
And
Yes.
what is the benefit of an overnight?
So an overnight, you get 12 hours in here. And so somebody who really wants to see a big change and wants to see it more in once, you know, you don't have the time to come often
Right.
or something like that. You can come for an overnight. Also, it's at nighttime when you're gonna be sleeping anyway, so that helps. Sometimes during the day, it's, you know, you don't feel tired enough to sleep. The other thing is that people are driving away. They'll either come for like 4 hour session during the day, or they'll just come for the overnight because of the drive time. You know, you're already driving for half a day, round trip, might as well come for a while. So,
Right.
and it's hard to tell people how often to come, because it's how your body reacts and what you're trying to accomplish.
So I mean, it's individual, just like any healing session with anything, it's all individual.
And it's a cumulative, so the people that come regularly,
Yes.
see a bigger improvement. This isn't a one-time fix. You come for 2 hours and everything's fixed.
Right.
You've spent decades or however old you are, building up everything in your life, emotionally and physically. And so it takes a while to take
body
those
to
layers
detox.
off.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
take the layers off. And I do want to mention, I also teach heart math for emotional, you know, stress management, energy management, and that way, while you're in the system in here. So, and people have enjoyed doing that because, yes, it helps you emotionally, but if you don't know how to deal with that,
Right.
that'll help with that.
All right, Jim, do you have any questions?
No, they've pretty much cleared everything up for me. Except for, have you seen any good changes for overnights people?
Oh, you know what, I totally forgot our best, overnight testimony last fall, a couple came. He had been dealing with, Bell's palsy for 5 years. Yes.
It's
So-
one of your feet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So for 5 years, he dealt with that, and, so usually we recommend people to come for a couple hour visit first, to see how they do, and then they will allow them to do an overnight. This time I was like, okay, sure, just come for an overnight, that's what they wanted. I was really glad that we did that, because, he woke up the next morning, and when we came in to see how they did, he said, my Bell's palsy is 50%. Wow. He was just so shocked and happy, elated. So they went home for a couple days and came back for another overnight to just help.
Keep it going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was, so anyway, in overnight, you could see more results. You could see, you know, I mean, we have testimonies just for 2 hours.
Right.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
So if you have years and years and decades of an ailment, that an overnight is nice, to get a lot of energy in at once.
Detox.
And yes, yes.
The big thing is that detox.
Yes, and then we recommend, you know, our room is part of it, and then you go home and you do your detox bath.
Yes.
Because you want to get out with something.
Yes, so can you explain that, what is that detox bath?
So it's 2 cups sea salt, 2 cups baking soda, and 1 cup borax in hot water as you can stand, and it's gonna pull out all the toxins that the system brought up. You stay hydrated around the bath. After you get out of the bath, then you wanna shower off all the salt, and then spray in magnesium oil, or drink an electrolyte drink, water, coconut water, anything to stay hydrated around the bath.
I also see that you have a beautiful gem
Yes.
on here, can you tell us what that is?
Yes, these are our medallions. We have 10 different crystals that we sell here. They all have scalar in them, they're hypercharged. and then they each have their own properties, so the 10 different crystals, they each have their properties and what, they give off.
So this right here, so that if I have this, then I can go away, I still have the
Right,
energy
yes.
of the scalar
So
wave.
this puts a 5-foot cocoon around you to keep the EMS off you, so
That
wherever you go.
keeps, that keeps a 5 foot,
5-foot
5 foot,
cocoon around you.
And
Yes.
people that couldn't make it to a center could get a medallion, and, the testimonies from just wearing a medallion are huge.
Yeah.
the EMF system, the EMF on our planet is so strong, and it really is, it's damaging our cells, it's damaging our DNA, it's damaging a lot, so the fact that I can wear something like this
Yeah.
to keep that, EMF off
Yeah.
and away from me. Now, I mean, I may carry my phone, and my phone is also, that's adding to that EMF
Right.
that I have, so, keeping the electronics, as far away,
Yes.
not as far away, but just.
Yeah. At least 6 feet away from you.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, if you have an EMF detector, most smartphones, you're supposed to be at least 6 feet away from them. Talking, I don't know. But in here, it's surprising, so, somebody came in with a detector
Yes,
and, tested it, and they could have the detector right up to the phone, there was no EMS coming out, but so it really does work, it's amazing. And then I wouldn't have known that it works that well without seeing that.
well, seeing that, having that, somebody bringing in
Yeah,
a detector
Yeah, a third
that
party doing
actually,
that.
that can, measure that there was zero EMF on the phone in this system.
And that was specifically an iPhone, I don't know who has what, but that was an iPhone, and it was he had to be 6 feet away from that at their house before it was out of danger level. And here, you could be right up to it. So it's interesting.
Anything to negate all that.
Yes, with, all the technologies that, are on our planet right now, all the advancements, yes, it's great that we are advancing like this, but having a space like this that is free from all types of, bombardment of the body. Again, like the 5G, we know that the 5G, does and is damaging our cells, and it is damaging our DNA, so when we can come into a place like this that can recharge it, clear the body out of that, it just is so much better for us.
The detox bath is good for anybody to do regardless of where you are, if you can even get to a room, at least a week, once a week. Because we're being bombarded by so much out there, just if we could keep getting all that out of us, you'll be healthier for it.
All right, thank you so much. So Jim and I are gonna be doing an overnight tonight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna end the interview portion of this, and then we are going to have Jim come up into the hot seat. We're going to have him channel in this space, and then, bring through a couple people. And then what we're going to do is, once the channeling is over, we'll stop. In the morning, I'm going to bring Jim back into the hot seat, and I'm gonna ask him how his night was. Well, actually, we both will, to ask what it felt like being in the overnight, having an overnight experience.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Jeremy,
So much.
Jen, thank you so much. Again, if you'd like to hold up your paper to let people know how to get in touch with you and, how to, be a part of this recharge room. And, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you.
Everybody, we are back. We have Jim and he's here. And, Jim, can you tell us the energies in the room that you can feel already?
I feel, a very
Okay, so that was the interview with Jen and Jeremy Hill. And without going into the channeling portion. So is there anything that you'd like to say right now? I mean, I do see that you're wearing your medallion.
Yes, this was a gift for my 70th birthday from Jen and Jeremy. So I really appreciate that. That was a lovely gift. So because these sell for like $100.
Yes.
So it's really good to have this. I had another one. I dropped it and broke it, but now I have another one. So that's good.
Awesome. Yeah. So what I would say, like, based on what I mean, you haven't done the channeling yet, but what are your key takeaways from your experience there? Based on everything they said it could do, what did you actually experience? Or is that what's part of the video in the second part? I don't want to jump ahead, but
No, that's okay. I experienced, well, I didn't feel like I slept really well that night. But in the morning I was still very refreshed. But I think there was a lot of work being done on me when I was in there because afterwards, the days afterwards, I felt much better. I felt that there was a lot of things that were less painful. I thought there was I felt less old. So it was like um I just experienced 70 years of life and I'm like, oh dear, I'm really old, but I don't feel old. I don't really feel that age on me. And I think that the EES system has really helped me with that because I know that I can detox and get rid of some of that negative energy that's within, and that's good. Keep hydrated, and you get rid of a lot of that toxin.
One of the things that um that I experienced was, I have a lot of inflammation. I have a lot of inflammation within me, and my back hurt less. And I could actually feel less inflammation in my joints. And so, I mean, that was like one of the big things that I'm like, wow, wow, my joints don't hurt as much.
right. And what about your migraines and things like that? You
Um,
think?
it did reduce the level because again, migraines are inflammation of blood vessels in the brain, and surrounding it. And so it did reduce it. It
Yeah.
absolutely reduced the inflammation in my head.
And
Absolutely.
your lungs sound good. I mean, you're not.
Yes, it did. It does. When I have lung issues, my lungs get inflamed. My lungs are really they're in a good shape right now.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
Someone asked, what is the crystal called that Jim's wearing? Is that just
It's a white one.
I don't know
white quartz?
what it
White?
is, but it is white. It is.
Probably
Does anybody know what this?
what
It's a creamy white
Is it a quartz?
quartz. That's it. Thank you. That it's
quartz.
quartz. Yeah.
Quartz? It looks like white quartz.
Yep.
Yes,
It just was like it wasn't okay. Well,
white quartz. Yes.
it didn't
And what
fix
is that
that much.
supposedly doing as far as like with the EMF and everything? Is that absorbing the energy or is that more for your own balance?
It's
And
more for protection from the EMF and 5G things. And it's also protecting the body and healing the body. I'm wearing it, it goes to the places that need healing and works with that. So yes, it's doing many different things all at once.
did you do any Reiki there?
We have done Reiki
Yes.
there, but we did not do it this time.
Yes.
But yes, uh, Angie actually taught a Reiki class in the EES
Yes.
system.
Actually, in the system, we taught the class.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Did it I guess it would have amplified everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone, from what I understood, was very energized and impressed with the outcome.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So does anyone have any questions in our room that I don't know if anyone has any
I have a
questions.
question for
Okay.
people out there. Has anybody ever been to an EES system, and what was your thought process about that?
Yes, I've been, Sianna speaking. I've been 3 times to see in sequence 3 2-hour sessions with a few days apart. And for me, uh, I don't know what is the effect afterwards, but I did the detoxing and I felt like really relaxed. That was the main thing I discovered. Yeah. So
Just
that's
really relaxed, and
yeah.
what it did for you was take out some of the stress and
Yeah,
things.
and it felt like a spa treatment without I didn't have any aches at the time. So probably when I would have had an ache, that would have resolved or more tangible proof. But I really felt that my whole system was upgraded and more relaxed. Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Yes, I felt more relaxed as well. Everybody that goes there really feels more relaxed after after the EES session.
Agreed.
You just want to stay there, actually. I wanted to just stay in the room. I didn't want to leave the room because it was 15 degrees outside. But it was very comfortable in the room, and I just, you just want to stay in the relaxation.
Do they have like little cabins, or how do they have it where you're staying? Like when you
It's
say,
a whole little house.
It's one room.
okay,
And it has it has a bathroom that has a shower for people that want to do overnight, but it has bathroom. So in this space is three um, couches that go to, you can sit up, you can recline, or it can be flat and you can lay down and sleep. So and so they have three. So the maximum that they can hold in there for a session is 6 people um, for that. And again, you can be in a sitting position, kind of a reclining position, and also a flat that you can sleep.
okay. So it's not like a bedroom with pillows and blankets and stuff.
Well, they can make it into a bedroom very quickly.
Yes.
We witnessed that when we did the overnight. They took these
Okay,
couches, they flattened them out, they put sheets on them. It took about 5 minutes per bed. So,
okay, great. Did have like sheets and bed and,
yeah,
That's on the overnight only.
yeah,
If you are there just for like, say, a 2-hour session, we always bring our own pillows. And they have blankets there that you can cover up with, or you can bring your own like little comfy blanket. Like I said, when we're just going for a 2-hour session, I bring my pillow and a little blanket, or you can you could use some of their supplies.
yes.
okay. Is it set out in the country, or are they, in a busy area, or is it kind of
Mm.
far away from everything?
They're pretty far away.
From
They're not-
us, they're about 55 minutes from us. And so usually when we go, we want to go for like at least a 2-hour session. And then we usually hang and chat. So it's kind of
No,
like
I meant more like, are they in the country, or
Oh, yes.
what is?
yes, the system in Bath is in it's not a very big residential area, but they're, like they said in the interview, they're very close to the VA system. So the VA hospital there in I forget the county, Wyoming or whatever the county. So the VA system is very within this 5-mile radius, so it is hitting that. But they are in suburban. They're in suburban area.
Okay, okay. All right.
They're
Great.
close to Pennsylvania. They're Rochester is an hour away. They're close to Pennsylvania, so they get a lot of people from both New York and Pennsylvania. A couple Marylands, they said.
Yeah, cool. All right. So should we go to the next part of the video? And this would be Jim channeling, correct?
Yes. Jim does have to leave because he does have to go do sessions. This is his off week, but I'm like, come on over and continue and help us if there was any questions, if people had questions. So
Okay, very good. I'm gonna leave you now, and I hope that you have a good session and more questions can be asked. Angie
Alright.
will have the answers.
Oh, sure. If not, I can get them, but
Have a good day, everyone.
All right, thank you, Jim. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Actually had Jim in Angie's living room before. The first.
yeah. Yes, thank you, Jim.
Should I just go out the front?
Yes, please. And then it's the same as yours. Turn the little knob at the top.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you so much. All right. So, yeah, it was a great experience. We've gone several times, and so it truly is. I personally can feel the benefits from this.
Great. All right, so I will turn it back over to you, and
Well, let me hit the share screen part.
you want
And
to tell people what it is we're going to see as you get it ready?
okay, so the next portion is Jim channeling. The first person to come through is Elijah, and he speaks first, and then we have another being. I can't remember who it is, but they are.
Around forehead, around the third eye area. I feel it's invigorating. I feel it's activating in some ways, and I know that it's very healing. I just know it because of I've been here before.
This is not our first time. But it is his first overnight, so I'm
Yes.
very excited for him to when we channel in the morning, I'm not gonna channel, but when we wake up, I'm going to come on and record him on how what he felt, how he feels. All right, with that, I am going to step off to the side and I'm going to let Jim come through. Hi, Jim, come through. We're gonna let Elijah come through first and then we'll see who else will come.
All right, very good. One moment, I have to do a moment of meditation before anyone will come through. So hold on for just a moment while I do my meditation. I am Elijah. Today I want to talk to you about your spiritual attitude, your spiritual understanding, and your spiritual fulfillment, because this is the most important thing in your life. It is because of your spiritual fulfillment that you have what you have today. It is bringing in things from outside that were never there before. It is bringing love to you that you never felt before, and joy, and understanding, and kindness. The way that it works is this. As God looks after you and you obey and pray to him all the time and seek him out, your spirituality will grow and you will feel more comforted. You will feel more love, more healing, more all of the things that spirituality brings to an individual. Of course, there will still be third dimensional things happening in your life, death and friendships and hardships and things of this nature, but you can get through them greater and easier when you have the spiritual God looking after you, when you have that spiritual energy moving out through you and moving into you. When that energy comes to you, you feel it, you know it, you understand it, in the sense that it is something other than. Many of you out there, you are dealing with fears, anger, many different things in the world. You are not understanding why things are happening the way that they are happening in your life, but you are just barely hanging in there, trying to take care of it and struggle with it. But if you give yourself over to a spiritual understanding, give yourself over to what God wants you to be doing, and listen to Him, that you will be feeling His presence in a greater way. Make Him your own. Make your own Him. When you work together, interactively, that you are working in a way that is unbeatable, always successful in many ways. Although He may tell you no on some of your decisions, He will tell you yes on what He wants to do, on what you are to expect, on opportunities that come. Opportunity opens itself in a very unusual way when you're following God. I can speak for the family just right in front of me that's had a huge flood. But then blessings came later. Because of that flood, blessings poured in. Financial blessings, people blessings, spiritual blessings. It is because they believe, they have faith, and they know that God is there for them, that these things can happen. And you can be the same. Let God in. Let God in. Become part of Him. Do not just let Him in, but give Him yourself. For He is interactive. It is not that you are to take Him for granted, but it is for you to understand Him. His love is always there, no matter what the situation. No matter how you feel, no matter how stressed out you are, no matter how sick you feel, God is there. His love is there. His heart is there. And sometimes you need to learn lessons. And so the lessons that you learn become stepping stones to higher places. Stepping stone to success. For there is no real failures, not in God. There are stepping stones. Take those failures you call failures and make them into stepping stones to higher places. For He does not look at you as a failure ever, ever, never. He never looks at you as a failing person. He may see you stumble and see you fall, but He never looks down on you and says, you deserve that. He wants to be there to pick you up. That's who our God is. And that's who He is wanting to be seen as. He does not want you to see Him as a judge, as someone critical, as someone who is always looking at the bad things that are happening. But He is looking for the good part of your heart. He's looking for the good part of your being. He's looking for the good things that you do. He's always speaking out that which is good about you. So do not doubt. He is for you. And your spiritual energy tells everyone who you trust.
Your spiritual energy goes out and tells everyone who you trust. Do you trust God? Your energy will tell that. Do you trust the earth? Your energy will tell that story. And you know within yourself what energy you are sending out to the world. You know that. And I love the energy that you send out. This group of people that I speak to weekly and am speaking to now have wonderful energies. And they share them. And they bring each other up. They do not bring each other down. For when you bring someone up, as that person that's going up, they're bringing someone else up. As you bring someone up, you're bringing yourself up, but you're also bringing others up with you. You can't help it. If they are attached to your energy in any way, shape, or form, you're bringing them up. Keep that in mind as you face anger, as you face difficulties, as you face loss, as you face all the things that you do in this lifetime. Let it be a time you not only bring yourself up, but you bring those around you up with you. The love and care that you show everyone will certainly come back to you 100-fold in different ways, different understandings. You've already seen it. Many of you have. God be with you and many blessings. We are the Kalindi. We are beings from the sixth dimension. We are healers. We are understanding that there are many things going on this planet, trying to lift up healing, lift up the beingness of human beings, and we are all for it. This planet is too much in danger of not existing anymore because of the way that other beings are treating other beings. It is that this is a protective atmosphere that we have come to right now, and we feel it. We are sitting in what is called an EES system. We have been here before. We have studied it. We know all about it. It is actually elementary for us to exist in this kind of system. However, it is an advanced system for this planet, and we are all for it. We will continue to help mankind build this system and expand it, making it into something even greater than it is. You have heard about med beds and heard what they can do, as well as you've heard about the military med beds as well. These med beds are good, but the alien med beds are much better because they do full healings. So we want to advance the understanding of quantum wave healing and scalar wave healing into a new era of fuller healing, fuller understanding, and fuller awakening. Because it is not only healing that happens during the EES system, but awakening. It awakens the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, the emotions, because it is telling the people, listen carefully what you are feeling. Know in your mind that this is something different than what you will feel in everyday three-dimensional life. Of course, we live in six-dimensional, so that's way different. The thing is about this, is that we want you to understand these things will be improved. And your area is an area of improvement. And guess what? We will help you, whoever this belongs to make it into even a greater place, because we will help through our technology to expand it. because you have been given freely to all the things that others want. And so we will give you more energy for this system. We will give you more energy for healing, more energy for understanding what the emotions are to be used for in this realm and lifetime. We are going to give you understanding of the quantum leap that will happen in this place. Yes, there's a vortex here. Yes, there's much energy and frequency here. There's sound here. But what is going to happen is this is all going to improve. You don't have to do anything. We will work on it. You will do what you just need to do to exist, and we will make it better. We love the fact that you have been able to open yourselves to do what we saw as an interview earlier. You have given yourselves over to helping others in even a greater and deeper way than you have ever done before. And this is to be applauded. We thank you for that. And we want you to know that we will give you back a blessing for that. And so now, is there any questions? We have many things to discuss with you about this place, but you may ask some questions if you have any. Yes. It's all right. It's all right. If you want me to continue to speak for a moment, I can do that.
That's your question. Will we be like going along with what you just said? Will we be adding other technologies to this room or just enhancing what we have?
We will be adding technology to your room. You will not do anything.
Right.
Unless you want to. That is our business and also our blessing to you. We know that you do not want it to be less, but you want it to be more. So we will make it more, and we will make it the what do they call? Testimonies greater.
Thank you. This vortex that's here in the room, and using, I mean, does this vortex sometimes take consciousnesses to different places?
Absolutely. This vortex is a vortex to other places. It is a vortex to opening of different things. For one thing, it opens to another area in space. It opens to another thought process, another consciousness. It opens to healing areas in space that are not available here on this planet because people are giving themselves to the belief that it will help. And that belief helps push them into a higher realm of understanding. And that higher realm of understanding brings greater healing. So it is that the mind, body, soul, spirit, and emotion are all working together to bring about the wholeness and fullness of the body and the balance therein. Grounding is being done through the vortex as well. Some people do not know how to ground, but this vortex will ground for them because they do not have the knowledge to do the grounding on their own. So it will help them to ground so that they may reach into higher realms of understanding as they are working in this area. Does that make sense to you? So, yes, this is one way also that we will help you, is that we will help to bring people to you that will actually be able to understand and relate to the situation, which we already have. You already have found these people, and they are already very much aware of what is happening here and how beautiful it is. So it is going to improve. It will improve in many different ways. You will see a greater understanding of, or a different kind of people start to come. You will see a more loving, caring, beautiful kind of people come. And they are starting to come now, are they not? So it is that this will be a magnet for those people who want to be even greater accessible to higher realms.
Will the new technology that's coming help us advance our abilities that we're brought here to be able to do? Expand on what we're just now tapping into of growing our abilities?
Of course, your abilities are very obvious to us. You have many things that are opening onto you. You are actually both alien beings, in many senses. You have alien looks as well. And from here I see that. And your children will be very gifted as well. And so it is that, yes, the things that you want opened unto you will be opened if you give yourself over to it and believe that it is possible. These things will happen, not only for you, but for other people that come here, for other people that will want to experience those things. You will be able to talk to people about channeling, about bilocation, by remote viewing, by empathy, by healing energies that are within their beingness that they don't even know about yet. You will be able to say, I see that within you, because you will be able to start to see what these people have within them, what these talents are that they can share with other people, and what gifts they have within them. You will be able to start seeing them because you have the same gifts, or you are doing what God wants you to do, so that you can open yourselves onto these gifts and open yourself unto these people in the very way that they wish to be told about it, because some people, they have things inside that are hidden. They think they nobody can see them, and nobody can sense it, and nobody can feel it, or anything of that nature. But you will be able to be sort of psychic in the way that will say, I don't want you to just be telling them what they're to feel, but you'll be able to say, I see inside of you that you are wanting this. And be able to be very honest with them about that. You'll be able to see it written all over their face that they are wanting more. They are wanting to be more a part of, and wanting to be more a part of you as well. You are very loving and wonderful, hospitable people, and your children are as well. And so you are going to be part of that whole thing. Your children will eventually see, or they do already, that you are great people in their eyes and are working toward something amazing. Any other questions? All right. I will tell you this. The quantum part of what I am trying to teach about this has not been discovered yet for the healing of anyone on this planet. Quantum healing is something different. It takes the energy of quantum and moves it into a disbursement field, which means that if you will feel something in that disbursement field, which means a little bolt of lightning, or a touch, or something. It's more than just the sense of energy around you. It's more of a specific alignment with something within. So let me give you something to think about and work with, as in your minds anyway. Many specific cultures and alien species have been able to draw on vibration to do healing. Vibration in the sense that they come into the body with a sensor machine. They sense the entire body. They see the vibrations of the illness.
and the vibrations of the body. And then they take and go in with a vibration and remove the vibrations that don't belong to the body. This is something that can happen in the future. Now, quantum goes in and disperses its positive energy within the system, which destroys disease of all kinds and brings the fullness back to the DNA. And so with quantum, it's a little different. It's like a burst of energy. Whereas when the healers from other species come in, they will do scans and then they will find the frequencies and then remove. Now, your people are coming onto an era where they're going to start to learn about how gravity is really used to lift things instead of keeping things down grounded onto the ground. You see, in your past, during the megalithic structure age of aliens in the past, where you see all these gigantic stones lifted into the air and put against walls and things of that nature. How did it ever happen? You can't do it now. So it was because of that technology of anti-gravity that they were able to lift these stones into place, not by people rolling, having 100 men roll a stone. No, that's ridiculous. So it is that they lifted these up with anti-gravity and then pushed them into place. I mean, a push. It wasn't even, you didn't even have to go, oh, you would just push them into place. Because that's what it is like with the anti-gravity machines. And you are learning how to do that now. There are many things that have been built on your planet using that kind of technology and that kind of advancement. And there are some people in this realm that know about that. They all already do. And so they're going to start using that in the future, but right now it's a big secret. Because where are they learning these things? Reading this, some semantic, where is that place? In the Indian area, this, what is it called? Semantics? Oh, I can't remember the name. But it is the Egyptian culture as well. You can read it on the side of pyramids. Sumerian system, yes. The Sumerians had very great understandings of these things and still do, but they have not been releasing that interesting information into the public. And they have read the pyramids, but they never understood the pyramids. Now they are starting to understand that they're moving into the age that the Egyptians actually were already there. And so now they're starting to understand what's written on the side of the pyramids because they're starting to experience what is written on the side of the pyramids. So even it's farther along than that, but they are seeing that information now. They're going, oh my goodness, how could we have missed this? This is what's happening now. They already had this information then. They could not have possibly imagined that they had that information then, but they did, and the Sumerians had it. And many of their religious texts even show you how to build a spaceship. So it is amazing that they did not realize that they had that kind of understanding back then, but it is, yes, they did. Absolutely. Even greater than what you have now. And so the mysteries of the past are going to be the energies and technologies of the present. So that makes it very interesting to be living in these times. Although your world is going through a great deal of change and a great deal of backwards movement, but it will move forward again. Always, it goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. But it's like a network of niches. It will never always stay down. It will come back up.
So as we see it right now, it's going through one of those downward ditches, but it will come back up and be greater than it was. So do not worry about that. It will come to pass, that this time will pass and it will bring you greater times in the future. So do not be afraid of these times, just move through them. Move through them, be happy as you can through them, and be as least amount of troubled about them as you can. I know that's hard for many people because they find fear, but remember, fear is a killer. Fear is a destroyer. Fear is something you don't want to keep as a major part of your understanding because it brings you down. It stops you from doing and making opportunities for yourself. And it puts you in a little box. You can't step outside without being afraid. So if you're afraid, step outside of the box. And if that doesn't work for you, step in a different direction. Because it's all about movement. You have to continually move forward. You have to continually keep yourself in a forward motion. Because if you are not in a forward motion, then you are stuck. And if you find yourself stuck, say, where do I take a step? What is the next step? But I must throw yourself into a step that maybe you is a leap of faith. But you must understand, you must continue to move forward and not stay in one place. This is why some of the places in your world are in bad shape. The Middle East will not step forward in the sense that they all have 12 tribes. You know about the 12 tribes. And these 12 tribes, they are not listening to one another. They may have one little rule that's different from the other one, and yet they won't change it. And they will hate the other group for not changing that rule to match theirs. So you have to understand, it's give and take. It's being able to bend. It's being able to move forward in any way you can, instead of keeping yourself locked in one place, with one idealism, with one thought process, with one, actually with even just one religion. Because the one religion has changed so much throughout the ages that it's no longer the same religion that it started out to be. And why is that? Because cultures change, people change, lives change, thought process change, science change. Science and religion are the same, by the way. Because if you look at science, it goes hand in hand with religion. There's nothing fighting. There's no fight between science and religion. But people will say, oh, I trust science, but I don't trust religion. Or they'll say, I trust religion and I don't trust science. But if they work with them together, they work very well together. We have learned this over many thousands of years. We used to have the same kind of beliefs, but now we don't. Things change. We move forward. Any questions? It's
Just processing all the information that you're sharing with us.
But we have a lot of information for you. But we want you to know that the information will become relevant in its own time. And as we see that there are many thinkers on this world, we send out information for them to think about, or for them to get involved with, because if they are not involved with the information of moving forward, then they are moving backwards, perhaps. I don't know. But we don't want that. We see that you are very intelligent. We see that you are very active. We see that you are very good people for the most part. Of course, the bad people get all the attention. But it is that the good people will get more attention later. And so be the good people, because you will benefit greatly by it.
Thank you so much for all that information. Thank you for sharing with the Hills. And thank you for being, willing to, enhance this system.
Well, we feel the energy here. When the channeler sits here, he feels the energy and can bring us in even easier in the sense, because the energy is meant to be fully engaged, and there's nothing keeping it away. There's no EMF infiltration, there's no 5G infiltration, there's nothing of this nature going on at this time, and so he's in a purified state. And so as being in a purified state, higher energies, higher intellectual thought process can come through.
Is that for everyone that comes into this system here? Like,
It could be. We have not studied every single person that has come in, so we cannot say truly that that is the case. But we see that many people have improved through coming here.
you can you look at me and see my energy and see the changes that this specifically has done?
Yes,
This system.
yes, you have many different things in your system that are not working properly. And so this system seems to help you move beyond that every time you come to it. Like I said, we are looking for fuller healing in the future, and we will bring that energy to this place, and we'll start to work on that immediately.
Thank you so much for that. That is amazing. That, I think all.
It will bring a greater satisfaction to the owners, but it will also bring a greater satisfaction to the client. So it is that the client will feel the greater sensations, the greater frequencies, and the touch of some of the quantum. Just the touch. You're not bringing full quantum here. That is not.
Is the
that's-
quantum that you are bringing in that small piece, is it going into the current technology?
It will. The current technology is set up in a way that the scalar waves setup will be able to handle improvements. Scalar waves this is just the beginning of the use of scalar waves. Scalar waves can be used for transmitters, they can be used for healing, they can be used for transporters, they can be used for stargates. There's always part of something greater that can be used with scalar wave generators. They are the beginning of the future in many cases.
Is our space here conducive to what you want to bring in, or in the future, will we need a bigger space to utilize what you're doing?
I do not know. That is to be seen. We do not know the outcome of our efforts yet, because we are just starting. So it may be that you need a bigger space eventually, but at this moment, we work with what we have. Very well, then we will go. We are a community of beings. We are a continuation of beings. And we are here to help this specific species, as well as the Caldor are here to help this species. And the Eliaha are here to help this species. And many other of the medical groups are here to help this species. But this is your golden age of helpfulness from the aliens, so to speak. We call ourselves aliens because we are not from your world. We're not extraterrestrial. because we're not from your terrestrial. So we are aliens. So we must tell you that we will come to your world eventually in the terrestrial form. We have been here before, but it is not our world. So we cannot say that we are extra from your world.
Do you have a designation
A designation for our world,
for your name?
for our name, Kalindi,
No, your specific,
my name,
yes.
well, we are a community, so we do have each a name for each other, but it's more of a electronic name. It's more of an energy name, if you will, and so it's not pronounceable by the human larynx. It is that we are Kalindi here, but if you were to see us on your planet, we'd be like a bolt of energy. We'd be energetic, we'd be not physical. So, no, we don't have the kinds of names that you say, like Bob or Carol. We do have names that are energetic and are part of the electronic realm.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for working with this family and enhancing this with that new quantum energy. Thank you for giving us your time, giving us the understandings to help increase our minds and awareness.
The ones that are moving slower are the ones that will be enhanced first.
Okay,
You saw me point to them.
yes.
Those energy areas will be enhanced first. Because, why? Because they are going to be, I do not have a human word for that. So that's,
Magnified, intensified,
well,
enhanced,
expansive. They'll be more expensive. You see the colors that they are.
yes.
The blue is the throat chakra on your well. Both of those are blue, I believe.
Yes.
That is an area that will be expanded. There will be people come that will need to be able to speak their mind, speak what they think of, and you will be able to also speak what you feel. Communication will be very important to this family and to the people that come here. That is why we would expand those areas first.
Blessings and much love. Could you lead with a blessing?
Yes. Iliason Dodoria Vati, Shishoron Lavas. Yata Namanda of Bukua. Asabel Ziation Tivavandi Torovora. Roto o Oi Sensia. Sapia, Tawati, Yoda. Notare Vendetis. Shakwate andava Tapuya Senti. Nur Andikasa. May God bless this place, lift this place, and bring understanding about what it deals with and how it works. Let the people that come here expand, let them become greater, let them become healthier, let them become fuller and more understanding of the world around them. Let them be more communicative to this realm and to the realms around them. Dear Heavenly Father, yes, we take this time and bring to you this place, for it is now blessed in your name. Amen.
Blessings and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for speaking with us and giving us a message, and we appreciate you.
You are welcome. Many blessings. Hello?
Back, back. It's amazing, James. How do you feel?
I feel good. Feel good.
How do the energies feel?
They feel good, of course, I wouldn't expect anything else. So, yeah,
Did
Why would
the
they feel bad?
channeling, no, I'm talking about being in the EES. Did the channeling seem stronger? How did this?
it seemed like it was coming faster. It seemed like it was coming very fast. And like, I had to correct myself. Uh, you know, from bringing it in too fast. You know what I'm saying? It was like coming really fast.
Oh, wow.
So
Just,
it was
wanted-
like,
Yeah, rescue your, what that experience channeling in this system, what that felt like for you.
it was very energetic. It was very, very, I felt very fast. It just felt really like they were coming in really fast, really strong, very, had a lot of information and they didn't know how to share it properly sometimes at some moments. And they were like just trying to get through, and say the most beneficial things that they could.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for, giving us this experience of, channeling in the EES system.
Yeah, that was cool. That was very cool.
I'm, going to go ahead and, upload this to our YouTube channel and also, get this out so everybody will be able to see it. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, at, aspeed6456@gmail.com. I can answer any questions, or I can get the questions out, to this. Thank you for this great opportunity and experience. And, we look forward to seeing everybody on our Saturday webinars.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you, Angie. Let's see. Is there anything you want to add to that, this channeling, or is there anyone that has any questions about it?
I know that I said that I was going to ask him in the morning what he felt, but we did not end up doing that part. But what he did say, it was a restless sleep for him. But even though it was a restless sleep, now I had more intense dreams. They felt more real. Um, that it was like I could easily, the best way to say it is I could easily touch the information in the dream state. So my dreams had a little bit more memory intensity to it. I did sleep, but he said that he didn't. And then I'm like, okay, so I did get up a few times and you were snoring. And so it was like, he said, I just felt like I didn't sleep. And I'm like, you definitely slept. Because the 5 times that I did get up in the middle of the night, he was definitely sleeping, but it didn't feel, for him, it didn't feel like it. It was a great experience. It really, truly is a great experience that overnight. Like I said, it definitely intensified my dream state.
Okay, great. I don't have any questions. I'm just wondering if anyone in our room has any comments or questions, or you can just unmute and talk if you want. No. I think. What did you find with the channeling? I mean, do you feel like he channeled
I felt
more?
much more strong, and there was a much more connection. The fact that there is a vortex inside this space, the energy, so it's not just that EES system, it's all pieces to that. Yeah, so it definitely is it's a strong, energetic, healing space to be in.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with us. I think, did you have anything else you want to add about this, or
We
anything that?
Jim and I definitely and Will We try to get down there as often as we can. It's more difficult in the wintertime because we are traveling an hour distance. And so we have to make sure that the weather is 100% going to be clear because we don't want to definitely come into any surprises with the weather because one location, Canandaigua, can be clear, but then Bath could have 4 inches of snow. So we try to make sure that the weather is okay. But so in this closer to the warmer weather, we tend to go down a little bit more often.
Right, great. And can you share the cost or no?
Yes, for this particular unit, each proprietor sets their prices however they want. Um, this particular system is $30 an hour, or an overnight is 200. So it's very inexpensive. They are saying that um, they want to make it affordable to more people by keeping their costs lower. Some of the other systems, I've gone to other systems. Yes, I have. I've gone to a 24 unit. The 24 unit is $90 an hour. $60 an hour. It is $60 an hour. So it just depends on the place that you go, and uh so it is dependent on each proprietor. $30 an hour is all they charge.
Wow, that's great.
It
That's
is great.
wonderful.
It is because they want to help as many people as possible.
That's wonderful. Okay, did anyone else have any comments or any questions?
I can tell that there is also a system in Amsterdam that was that's 24 system, and they charge 50 euros. So that's also very cheap, and it's a wonderful place, and it's in the middle of town, so it's not hard to reach, and it's I find it really recommendable to do that for yourself as a treat or as a necessary thing when you don't feel well.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of new places opening up. I know in Holland there are I think 4 or 5 places now that are open already. So I think they're spreading out very quickly.
I do know that in the United States, you can only have one system within an hour of each other. There can be nothing closer than an hour. They won't sell a system to you if you are closer than an hour. They want like 60 miles between each unit in the United States.
I think that's in Holland. It's about that. So it's about an hour, but
Yes.
it's spread over the whole country. Yeah.
Yes.
Good addition.
In New York, we are starting to get more systems. We're definitely getting more systems in New York, but I'm very dedicated to the Bath system because one, it does have the vortex in it. None of the other systems have the vortexes in it, so the healing is greater. It's a greater healing system.
Okay,
I
thank you
do
so
have one. Yeah, I do have one that is closer. It's about 30 minutes away. But I'm definitely going to the vortex. I'm on the vortex. So.
Okay, makes sense. All right, thank you so much, Angie, for all of this information and sharing your experience and interview, and it was very informative. Thank you so much. We just have about 10 minutes. That's why I'm kind of moving this
Right.
along. Why don't we go ahead?
I do have one announcement to make.
Okay.
which is Friday, March 14th. I had two people ask me for galactic energy healing. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll throw something together for you guys. So on Friday, March 14th, if you are interested in galactic energy healing, becoming a practitioner, email classes@hucolo.org. I will get the information out. The cost for the class is $150. Right now, I have it set to run from 3:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because if there's only just a few people, we'll be able to get through the information much more quickly. But if it does, where there's more people, more students that are wanting to learn, it may just get extended. But right now, March 14th, 3:30 to 6 Eastern Standard Time, the Galactic Energy Healing student to become a healer, a practitioner of galactic energy healing.
Okay, great. All right, perfect. If we have some, we'll close with some blessings. And do you want to do the interpretation, Ange?
Yes, I
Or-
can do that.
Okay, all right. So we have Susan and Wendy to do blessings. Who else wanted to do a blessing? Anyone else?
I can do a blessing if you
Okay,
want to.
great. All right. Well, we'll start with you, Yana, since you're talking, and then we'll go Yana, Susan, and then Wendy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tertostono ko atartene e haka antate stupurtomaka e jokurtomata ajanete oste eartano ko aite ha aharte naka aite kototurtomo ko urtanajete ke iste iha hente e ohorto ahanta jakaste kotortoma naite pento to parto pak aite te orst. Blessings.
As greater and greater information comes to your planet, and you bring this information in, having this understanding raises your vibration, raises your energy, and raises who you are. Use all the information that has been given to you so that you may take that step forward.
Susan?
Yes. To sia ya ki tu su huia ya titia sia hi tuku ya hi tia sua hi tia iekia su kutitia si taia tia hi tia kua hi zaya huia ya tia iekia hi sia kutu ya titia hi zaya ya tua hi tia kihia tuya. Blessings.
All things are brought to you in the timing of your personal goal, your personal path, and your personal movement. Use all the information that has been brought to you so all things can raise your vibration, all things can raise your understandings.
Chonyara thi chikiriana chituira pahain yun nurin ya shahiana na in your near 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 kahin near hohin ti papa peronia puru tutu. Namaste.
We see from afar the vibrations of those on this planet. We see the pockets of information. We see the pockets of negativity. We see the pockets of positivity. Continue to raise your vibration so that you may stay in this high state of learning, receiving, and understanding.
Thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. It's been a really lovely session. Little something different, which is nice to do every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
So next time we'll hopefully I'll get to go with you. I don't know. We'll see.
Would love that.
All right. Next week we have, even though Jim was here today, next week we'll be back with Jim. So that'll be fantastic. And then is it right? Is the 12th? Yes, and then the week after that, we will have a special guest, Neil Gar, who is
Neil's in April.
oh,
We're
he's in
having,
April. Oh, sorry,
Neil's
it's
in
Aurora,
April.
right?
Yeah, so Aurora Luna Star will be our
Right,
guest.
Aurora Luna Star will be here in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So Jim and then Aurora Luna Star. So we have a lot of nice channeling coming up, and we wish everyone a fantastic week, and we love you. Thank you to everyone in YouTube. Thank you to everyone in the room, and we'll see you all very soon. Much love to you. Bye, everybody. Bye.